Newsmax TV's coverage of America Votes 2016 Super Duper Tuesday continues. I'm J.D. Hayworth on the anchor desk, pleased to be joined from Newsmax New York by the host who you see in the 9 o'clock Eastern hour each weeknight, Dennis Michael Lynch, host of DML Unfiltered, and coming to us unfiltered in his own way with his view that skews a little leftward, our good friend Rick Ungar, likewise at Newsmax New York. Rick, since you're new to the discussion, your analysis of the primary fight to this point tonight.
Big night for Donald Trump, to be sure. And Hillary, we got to see how some of these other states wind up. But this could be a huge night for her. I have to tell you, I was a little surprised by her win in Ohio. The numbers that I'm seeing so far gives her some pretty big leads, bigger leads than I expected, frankly. Let's see how the night wraps up. But you could have two presumptive nominees by the end of tonight.
Dennis Michael Lynch, let's look ahead. Because obviously you're looking past the nomination. You use the honorific President Trump in our last hour. And yet it is worth noting that when you sit down to do the math, there's still a long way to go to get to 1237. Yes, this is going to be a big night for Donald Trump. But what do you think he needs to do strategically to bring over members of the establishment to unite the Republican Party?
JD, for me to tell Donald Trump at this point to change any of his directions would make me a very stupid man. Everything that he has done to date has just been brilliant and masterful. I mean, just brilliant. He just needs to continue to be Donald Trump. I think we need to get concerned if we ever see him be somebody other than Donald Trump. And going back off the last block, something just reminded me of something when you said Arizona with our last guest. I remember I was giving a speech to the GOP in Arizona. It was packed. I mean, packed. I'd be 600, 700 people. And a woman stood up to me and she said, Dennis Michael Lynch, I'm tired of the media picking our president. And here's the kicker. The media picked the president again this time. The media gave so much time to Donald Trump in trying to make him look silly, in trying to rip him down, and all they did was prop him up because the people at home are as tired of the media as they are of Congress and President Obama. And so there's nobody else to blame but the media for giving that man the platform they've given for everybody to hear what he stands for. And not everybody likes it, but ultimately he will win the votes and he will be the president of the United States. I am willing to bet all the stakes in the world with Dick Morris on that one.
Well, Dick is away. Maybe Rick Ungar will take up the bet because, Rick, you were part of the dismissive crowd when Mr. Trump started this run for the presidency.
I was indeed. Like most people, I think we're all shocked that it's happened, but it's happened. I will take some exception to what Dennis...
I'm not shocked.
Well, okay. I'll take some exception to Dennis's analysis, though, of the role the media played. Look, what you're seeing happen right now is a brand new style of campaigning for president, something we've never seen, and what will probably become the way it's done from here on in. The magic of Donald Trump, and it's no secret I'm not a big fan of his candidacy, but what he understood that nobody else did, and they still don't get it, is accessibility. He was on the media. He is on the media all the time because he makes himself available. Nobody turns down the opportunity to talk on the air with a presidential candidate. His going on Twitter from the moment he gets up till the moment he goes to sleep, really smart. He understands how you reach people. And he was also smart enough to know if he was just writing tweets that said, oh, go to my Facebook or go to my website and take a look at my plan on what's, nobody would have read it. By being incendiary, he succeeded in getting everybody's attention. I don't think Donald Trump's going to be president.
Rick, but you've got this wrong.
Well, let me finish. Okay, let me finish being wrong. While I don't think that he'll be president, I do think that he will get credit for all time for changing the way campaigns work in America.
Okay, DML, the floor is yours.
I love Rick. He knows this. I mean, we fight on camera all the time, but when the cameras are turned off, we're buddies. But this is one time where I just think he is completely upside down.
I didn't think you wanted anybody to know.
Okay, there is no candidate There is no presidential candidate who does not make him or herself available to the press. These people are dying for interviews. They'll do anything they can. They'll stand on their heads to try to get an interview.
Not true.
It wasn't that Donald Trump went to Twitter, and it wasn't that Donald Trump went and said, yeah, I'll be on every television show. It's that people wanted him on TV because he says what he feels and what he believes. These other guys are all plastic, Ted Cruz included. They're all scripted. People are tired of it. They don't want to see you kissing the babies anymore. They want to see you kicking some ass. And that's what Trump does, and that's why he gets on television, and that's why in the middle of any single one show, if Donald Trump is standing up in front of a crowd, they cut from the show and they go to Trump. I've never seen anything like that in our lifetime before. And it's because he had the guts to say, I'm going to send everybody home, and I'm not going to let any more Muslims in this country, and the hell with China. This is the things this guy said, and this is what our viewers say at home. And that's why he's on television all the time. Not because he was smart with Twitter.
Well, let me move from words to numbers, DML. We can tell you now that NBC News projects that Donald Trump has won the Republican primary tonight in Illinois. Now, the formula used in Illinois, we should note that a certain number of delegates statewide automatically are rewarded to the victor, but then there is a situation where the vote is analyzed by congressional district, so we'll have to wait and see just how many delegates Donald Trump picks up in the final analysis. If he has prevailed in every congressional district, it could be very close to winner take all in the state of Illinois. But it is worth noting that campaigning has changed, and whether it is social media or the political incorrectness, the candor of the speech offered by Donald Trump, it is certainly something new on the American political scene, I should say. I'm honestly not trying to vent my spleen, not electorally speaking here or rhetorically speaking here. We do want to thank Dennis Michael Lynch for his time. Again, you will see him tomorrow night right here on Unfiltered with some very important stories he told us about earlier. DML, we thank you for your time. Rick Ungar, you hang in with us because we always like that perspective from the left. And whatever side of the aisle you find yourself on, you stay here with us too. We're hoping to hear very soon from Donald Trump, and we will continue our coverage right after this.